Good morning, everybody. This is Joe's Shrimp Shack. How you doing? I'm back from New York, so I'm going to wait for a few more people to come on in. I want to say hi to some people. Morning. Good morning. One of my awesome moderators. My website right there. Yeah, I got some exciting news for Minnesota to bring up. Super exciting. I'm going to probably do it at the half hour on there. I'm just trying to wait for some more people to come on in. Drinking my coffee. Good morning. Everybody, just to let you know, let me go back on this Facebook one. If you're on Facebook, I don't see who you are. So I'm going to try and look it up. So what I can do is I can kind of stock it. If you know what I mean. I can kind of look at it right here on there. Good morning, Zoe. So, yeah. So I went out to New York for brand awareness and promoting for JBJ, Dennerley Shrimp King. It was actually New Jersey in the Long Island area. I know I'm going to my eye doctor today, get back my contacts again. But yeah, it was a super awesome trip. I spent 2 days in Jersey, visited some stores, and then I went over to the Long Island side. Went all the way over to the east side of the Long Island. Went all the way to the Bronx, Queens, Little Jamaica. Loved all of it there. I guess see someone came in from Berlin. Let me see who came in from Berlin. Because they're 6 hours ahead of us. Let me see these comments here. They're 6 hours ahead of us. Oh, Don. Hey, Travis, how you doing? I'm just trying to mute this all. There we go. If I mute it, I can actually see the comments that are on Facebook. But yeah, I went out to New Jersey and stuff, did some brand awareness. I saw a little wallaby. It was a awesome wallaby. So I got to take some videos over there, some different stores. Did some brand awareness, and then I was working on the whole shows that are coming up. Good morning. I'm just kind of look at everybody's messages that are on here. Peter Vang. Good morning, Peter Vang. He's on Facebook. I'm just kind of look what I can do. I can actually look out here and see who's all coming. Let's see here. Todd. Good morning, Todd. Thank you, Don. I greatly appreciate it. This is Don all the way from Berlin. I greatly appreciate that. Love all you guys, everybody that watches. Amber. Good morning, Amber. How you doing? So I got some exciting news for Minnesota. And it's not I know there's a lot of people watching and they're probably thinking it's something super tremendous. It's big in the aspect of since the pandemic. And that's the biggest thing. And I kind of want to, hey, Chewy, how you doing? Good morning, Todd. Just kind of reading everybody's messages out here. But I kind of want to give the backstory behind this. Thank you. Thank you. Here's the backstory. Back in the day, we used to do a lot of hold on. I'm trying to give the backstory, okay? So we used to have in Minnesota. So Minnesota is the place where we have Minnesota Aquarium Society, MASS, we call it. It's the second oldest nonprofit group in the nation. Been going since 1930. And they always did events. They did local auctions. They did get-togethers. They did in-person meetings every single month. We had Corey McElroy come out here. We had Lucas Bretz come out here. We had a lot of bigger name people in there coming out here. And then the pandemic hit. Now I understand with the pandemic, the whole world got turned upside down. All these in-person meetings stopped. All these contests stopped. All these conventions stopped. And now everybody's trying to get back on track with it, but it's really tough after it's been so long. Shipping prices, everything is just a stupid price out there. And then I had some people come up to me at my store, and they were complaining about how MASS used to be an in-person show, now they went online and they're missing it. I had some people that were actually getting picked on. They're getting picked on for being a fish nerd. being different than everybody else, and I don't agree upon that. I don't agree upon bullying at all. Like, I am so anti-bullying. Like, growing up, I was not a big popular kid in school. I was the black sheep, the kid that got in trouble, that I don't agree upon bullying. And then I went over and I had a young gentleman that went to one of our last events when we had Minnesota Planet Tank Aquatics. We did an event where Chris Lukup came out here. We had it at our friend's house. And went over, and he was 13 at the time. And he came to my store. He was doing a high school project for something that he wants to do in the future. And he decided to have a fish store. So he decided, because he knew me before I had this business really up and rolling. So he came in, we interviewed, we went out to eat, we talked. He made some comments towards me that lit a fire underneath my behind. He misses having the in-person meetings. I went over, and after he left, like, I'm talking like directly 20 minutes after he left, I went over and started calling all the old admins from the old Minnesota Planet Tank Aquatics page. Jeff Lidberg, Phil, Jeff Holter, Tyler, Dan. I called everybody that was part of the page, and I told them the story of what's happening and what I would like to see happen. All of them were on board about it. They just didn't know what to do, because it's been 3 years since something like this happened. So I went over and I talked to some other people, and I think some other companies that were out here and stuff, and I reached out to other Facebook pages out there, something that I wanted to go and do. I got Tyler doing my live. Bulk Reef actually messaging me here. So, all right. Hey, Ron, how you doing? Ron, I need a sign. I understand that things are going on, but please get a hold of me, Ron. I need another sign put up. So, but anyways, it kind of touched heart to me, and I started a group chat with all the admins, and this has been a long ordeal. And I know some other things have been announced in Minnesota, like other stores having swap meets and stuff, but this is something where we've been trying to talk to for a while. And I have a lot of drive and passion behind this. So I kind of like offered like ideas, and nobody kind of responded on there because they just don't know what to think. And I'm a very forward and person where it's tough, where it's just like, if I have something in my head, I have something in my head. I go for it just because that's what I envision. But I actually want to go over and I want to announce something, which y'all have been kind of waiting for. I know I want to do it half the hour, but I kind of want to do it now. So just give me 1 second here. There we go, guys. So if you haven't seen it, I'll go over here and I'll kind of enlarge it if I can. I find my mouse. There it goes. There we go. All right. We're happy to announce that Joe Shrimp Shack, Minnesota Planet Tank Aquatics, and Minnesota Fish Keepers has actually teamed up for the first ever local event. We did events before, but not with Minnesota Fish Keepers. June 3rd. Just in time for a beautiful summer. What are we going to be doing? We're going to have a barbecue with potluck-style sides, meet other local hobbyists. I'm going to have sellers tables there. So if you are a local breeder, plant grower, shrimp breeder, anything else like that wants to have a seller's table, we're going to have a small fee for it just because it's got to help pay for the soda, the water, the meat, if we have tents and stuff. We're having aquascaping activities. What I want to do is I want to have each page what they specialize in, like Minnesota Planet Tank Aquatics. They specialize in plants. I would like to have that group come up with an idea for the plant side and have that at the show, whether it's giving a talk, whether it's aquascaping for the kids, anything else like that. We're going to have a plant swap. We're going to have a raffle, donations from sponsors. I've already spoke to a lot of sponsors. I spoke to CCAM. I spoke to Cobalt. I spoke to a lot of companies out there that I know the managers, the owners, and I'm really good friends with them, of donations are coming out here. We're going to have Dang, that coffee's good. Speakers from the local groups in Minnesota, which we're going to have, like, if Minnesota Fish Keepers wants to go over and talk about the nitrate cycle, they can talk about the nitrate cycle. I want every page to have something that they specialize in, to have it here. Minnesota Aquarium Society, Mass. I spoke to one of the board members there. He's going to bring it up to the board and see if they want to partake in this, if they want to have a table. This is going to be something that you guys just don't want to miss out. We're going to actually have it here at my store. And I know a lot of people are going over and saying, well, why is it at your store? Why is it at your store? I understand. Here's the thing. My store is the only business that's open here on this whole block on the weekends. So June 3rd is actually a Saturday. So by having it here, I can like utilize tons of space here. And this is what I don't want to see happen. If we had it at someone's house and 400, 500, 1,000 people show up, you have to be able to allow those people to use your bathroom. I don't know how many people like would allow 1,000 people or 300, 400 people to actually utilize their bathroom. So we're having it here. If this builds to something that we like to do this on a more regular basis, man, I really want to have this going where we do that all the time. So look at this out. So listen, I'm gonna just go out here. I gotta find it. Good morning. I gotta find it right here. Here's the Minnesota Fish Keepers page right here. Love it. And I remember like the activity. It was a great activity. Chris Luca came out here. He gave talks and stuff. Unfortunately, we can't get Chris because he's not vaccinated. He can't come over here. And I'm going to try and get some awesome people. Here's the Minnesota Aquarium Society website, aquarium.mn. I'm telling you, like, if they want to be part, if any other Facebook group page in Minnesota or surrounding area want to take part in this, please contact me. Like, I don't care if it's houseplants. I don't care if it's lizards. I don't care. Here's my thing. We need to get back in the swing of things, what it used to be. We can't let something like the pandemic hold us down. We have to go over and move forward with our lives. If other groups don't want to have meetings and stuff in there, I don't mind having it at my store. Like I'm more for it. I want to have a barbecue, a get together. I do believe I talked to other admins about us supplying the meats for the barbecue, and then we'll have like a potluck style for all the sides. We did that at the last event we did, and it went really well. If anybody is watching that's in Minnesota, if anybody has party tents and they want to let us borrow a party tent, it's going to be like a one-day event. I would greatly appreciate it, even if I just ran it one day. I looked at how much it would cost to rent party tents, and it was a stupid amount of money. It was like $749 for a one-day event. And if you want them to set it up, it was roughly about $1,200. I don't mind putting some money down. Here's the thing. I don't want to go broke trying to partake in this event. I think it's going to be a really popular event. I think there's going to be a lot of sellers that want to go over and sell their products, whether it's fish, shrimp, plants, products that came out with house plants, bugs, creepy critters, whatever it is you guys want to go over and sell. I'm more likely happy to go over and bring it here. It's a great opportunity out there. I'm trying to like put all these groups up there. Here's Minnesota Fish Keepers. I spoke to one of the admins that's actually streaming on their page as well. I'm going to have more participation in here. Now, what I would like to do is I also want to get the young gentleman involved, help planning this out as well, just because he's the one that went over and lit the fire on his people's butts. Yep, make sure you check with local laws and insurance requirements for feeding, cooking for people. It just takes one dang food poisoning. I agree with you 100%. That's why if we have a potluck outside, it's kind of like one of those things where it's like you bring your own side. Please, people, be aware. People have allergies and stuff like this. And we're not going to have any entry fee or anything coming in here. We've done this before. It works really well for us. We had a lot of people show up. We'll have more. Stay tuned is one of those things where we want to go over, stay tuned. This is a for us, by us. So it's the Minnesota pages. We're trying to come up with it. So if you take my page, which is Joe's Shrimp Shack, I'm located in Minnesota Planet Tank Aquatics. We have a discussion page and we have a buy-sell page on there. And then Minnesota Fish Keepers too. Now, if saltwater people want to get more involved in this one too, great, 100%. I'm all for any page that's in Minnesota. I talked to a couple other local stores too. If other stores want to partake in this as well and have a nice seller's table or a nice table that they can showcase their stuff, great. More power to it. I'm kind of like really. I've been wanting an in-person meetings on the freshwater side. I started a forum for house meetings. I wanted to get started to Minnesota Options. Yes, I saw that. I saw that you had that page and you sent me a link to it, and I looked at it. It's a great page. When you start putting Minnesota Aquascapers, it kind of like you should have something where it's more like neutral for like Minnesota Aquatics or something like this.org. When you say aquascapers, it kind of makes it sound like aquascape. It's a great idea that you end up having. I love it. We can talk more about it if you want. Yeah, it's 100%. It's great. So it's something where I'm not trying to have like 8,000 people show up. Now, Mass, when we did a one-day event, a lot of people showed up. You know, I would like this to be something in the future that it can be on a regular basis, that people aren't afraid to do it. I will reach out. I do have insurance at my place here. That's the biggest thing. Oops, let me go back over here. I do have insurance at my place here that does cover. Oops, 1 second here. 1 second here. I gotta just close it out once. Just trying to get all these messages on here. I gotta just mute everything though. There we go. Brian, you're going to be in Alaska? So this is Brian Dahlberg, good friend of mine. He usually goes to events too. He's going to be in Alaska. I'm already jealous on that one. So if you're a seller here, please contact your local admins on one of these pages, or you can contact myself stating that you want to be a part of this. I got to figure out what it's going to be. I'm thinking it's going to probably be like $25 a table. I have to wait for the weather to get closer to it to see if we need more party tents. I would like to have party tents outside that people can go out and get out of the sun. June 3rd is not a super hot day. I think its average is about 70 degrees, so it's a decent day out there. It's something where it's like, I really want this to go. I really want this to be popular to a point where if we want to do this twice a year, we can do this twice a year like we used to do. It takes a lot of planning. We were trying to come up with everybody's on board. We were trying to come up with the proper date. It just seemed like when we came up with June 3rd, I didn't hear a lot of people saying they didn't have, like the admins didn't have issues with that date. So we just came up with June 3rd. In the future, I would like to have more fish room tours so we can have local enthusiasts that have fish rooms. Offer the fish room tour. We can get like a little caravan and we can go out to these places and visit all these stores. Minnesota is like, everybody looks at Minnesota like, yeah, sure, you betcha. Here's the thing. We have a lot of people in this hobby. I mean, it gets cold here in the wintertime. We like barbecue. Everybody loves a barbecue, but we have a lot of events in the wintertime where we have like a good 4 or 5 months where it's super cold to a point where it's like we spend a lot of time in our aquariums, and this is the best time to do it. I did wait for Aquashella to announce their date. Aquashella will be doing their show. I do believe it's May 21st and 22nd. I might be incorrect on the date. I do believe it's that date. I don't have a calendar in front of me. It's that weekend. So I waited for them to make their announcement because it's either I did it at the end of May, the beginning of the May, or June. The problem you have with the beginning of May, it can be super cold outside to a point where it's like can't really have seller tables if it's super cold outside. So they made an announcement for end of May. I'm just going to say end of May. And then I made the decision to go over and do it after that fact of June 3rd. Admins are going to be like loving this, and I'm sure they're going to have tons of, hey, Steve, how you doing? I see Steve's watching, Steve Mertz. Brandon Rogers is watching too. Hey, Brandon. It's something where it's like even the local card shop next to me, I did talk to them because I have here's Aquashella website right here. I have the local card shop next to me that is willing to do something as well. So we can literally have a whole block party here. I'm just super excited. This is something that I've been wanting for a while. Please, if you guys are interested in partaking or helping, please message me if you're in Minnesota, and we can kind of like spearhead this together. I want it, like I said, the Minnesota Planted Tanks Aquatics, I want them to organize their plant thing, whether it's talking about fertilizers, talking about aquascaping, doing an aquascape contest. I want them to go over and plan that out. Same as Minnesota Fish Keepers. If they go over and they come up with an idea for a talk that they want to give for like a nitrate cycle or something, cool, awesome, great. I know I don't have Minnesota Fish Keepers logo up here. They did not have a logo when we were planning this out. At the time, I had to go hurry up and get this out there so we can start planning it. If they come up with their logo, I can go over and I can revamp this. What else? I'm wanting to have podcasters out there too. So I've reached out to one of the podcast companies that are in Minnesota to see if they want to come out here and podcast down here. I know one of them said that it's hard with the audio, but we do also have my studio here that we can do a podcast if they wanted to, because I have good audio, I heard. It's just one of those things where this is what I really want to do, and I'm really passionate behind it. Please, guys, if you know anybody else that might be interested, reach out to them in Minnesota. If you know other companies that want to do donations for a raffle, awesome. We're not set up as a nonprofit. It's not an organization. It's just it's a get together type event to have in Minnesota, so we can like get past this whole pandemic thing. So moving forward with that one, let's see what else we have here. We also have, let me see if I can get this going. Coming up in, let me shrink this one up. I gotta try and do this. Stop sharing. I'm gonna stop sharing this for a second, and then I'm gonna go to shut that one off, and then I'm gonna go to share a screen. Got to kind of look at here, window, Microsoft tab. There, boom. Share this. All right, the next thing I want to talk about, boom, is, let me just make sure it's up there. Boom, it is Aquafest. Aquafest is April 15th and 16th. It's our next event that I'm partaking in there. It's based down in Louisiana. It's a great event out there. They're building it towards the freshwater side this time. It's a saltwater, and they're trying to build it towards the saltwater side too. Hold on one second. I got someone coming in. Hi. I'm doing it live. Yes, go ahead. Sorry, guys, we had maintenance coming in here. So, yeah, we have April 15th and 16th down in Louisiana. It's a great event out there. We got some Coral View is going to be the aquarium product sponsor out there. We have a lot of good companies that are going out there. Custom Aquariums is going out there. CCAM's going out there. Sue from CCAM. I know Awasi's going out there. They haven't signed the thing, but I heard they're going to go out there. Eric Lucas and myself, I will be doing the media booth there. So if anybody wants to partake in that for any of the influencers, please get a hold of me. I can put you out there. We can sell our merch there as well. Let me go back over here. But like I said, that is April 15th and 16th. Get back up to the top right there. We're just a few months away from that one. Boom, up there. Perfect. So it's a great event, and then we have Aquashella coming out after that. So let me type up Aquashella. Shella.com. Type up my Aquashella here. Boom. All right, perfect. So then we have that one, and see if I can share. I can't share two screens at once. I don't think so. So I'm going to stop sharing that one, and then afterwards we're going to have share screen, Microsoft tab. All right, then afterwards, May 20th and 21st in Dallas, we're going to have Aquashella. Now, I know Aquashella hasn't made a huge announcement prior to this and there, but they had a lot of ducks they had to get in a row. Once you get all the ducks in the row, you can start advertising things. So they got all their ducks in a row. They pushed out for Dallas May 20th and 21st. And here's a new event right here, Daytona, November 4th and 5th. It's one of those things where it's just like you don't want to miss out on that one. They're talking to vendors right now about this. So that's the biggest thing, is trying to get all the vendors in order for this. It's going to be a great event out there. I love it. Here's the Aquashella website. And then here's the Aquafest. So we got that all right there. Trying to get right there. But yeah, I'm super happy to announce that both of them are going to be happening. But my biggest thing is for Minnesota is I wanted to go over and announce that on there. And of course, the pages are going to go over and boom. The group pages are going to partake in this a lot more and have more talk about this. Like I said, if there's any other pages out there, yeah, they're having a swap. Look at this right here. Boom, boom. So there's a second group in Minnesota called TCMAS. That is the saltwater side. It's Twin Cities Marine Aquatic Association Society. Sorry. But they're on the saltwater side. So they're going to be having a frag swap January, February, March, April 15th. Now, if Travis, if anybody on the TCMAS wants to partake in this one too, they can. The only problem I end up having is I don't have external power outside for that. Of course, I have a generator here, but it's one of those if people are trying to sell, I heard they want to have heaters and stuff. But you can always get a hold of me too. Like I'm open for anybody. So I'm trying to read all these messages. Sue is watching. My employee Sue's here. Just kind of read all these messages on Facebook as well. But yeah, we have that event right there. I'm trying to read right here. I know Lori's like, God, there's a lot of like messages out here. It is. It happens. But I am like super happy to announce this. Like I said, it's going to be June 3rd, 2023. We're going to have it here at my store. It's something where it's like I would really love for this to get really popular to a point where we can have a little bit better venue. Why mass cancel their thing is they couldn't land a venue. That's the thing. As soon as like the pandemic happened, a lot of people are shutting down their venues for open public, and it's tough to overcome that. Now it's everybody's overcoming stuff. So boom. I'm happy to announce that we're going to be having it here at the store on there. I know I'm repeating myself. I'm trying to see if there's any other questions that people might have about this or if there's local people that want to say something about this. So I'm just kind of looking. Oh, what else do I have going on? I reached out to a local ice cream shop, Ice Cream Dreams, a good friend of mine. He will be having his cold rolled machine here so we can get cold rolled ice cream as well. I'm reaching out to everybody I possibly can. I'll be going over to Bulk Reef and talking to them as well too. There's Minnesota Aquarium Society on here. Boom, there's that right there. If you're Minnesota, become a member. It's a great group out there. Hopefully that the other admin sees this and talks to them and gets back to me if they want to partake in this. Like, I don't have a problem. I'd like to have every Facebook group in Minnesota partake in this, whether it's houseplants, whether it's reptiles, whether it's crickets and cockroaches and all these other pages in Minnesota to partake in this. I would love this to happen. It was my daughter's birthday. That's why I'm wearing this Hogwarts thing so that you can see it. I'm wearing my Hogwarts. She loves Harry Potter. So, but yes, that is my big announcement that I wanted to go over and announce. Otherwise, if I'll be opening up, I'm back from New York. Let me talk about New York that went out there. So I went out to New York, visiting stores to bring some brand awareness. Let me see here. Someone asked a question here. Is the space of your store big enough? I'm afraid that enthusiastic people will fill this small store. So I will be having a lot of this event outside. So I am the only business on this block. We have a building here. We have 3 buildings, 1, 2, and 3. So I used to be in the second building, and then New Wave Aquaria was in the third building. Now I'm in the first building, so I have a long one. So we can easily cut it off with cones and put party tents out there and have event outside with party tents. It's something where it's the more people we get to it, I'm going to make an event page where people can say they're going or not going. And then I want to reach out to the landlord as well. I know I spoke to a lot of the my neighbors here, and they don't have a problem with it. It's something where it's like, I don't want to be negative about it. I want to be positive about this because this is something that we need. Minnesota needs an in-person get-together, a barbecue. We're not selling any food. We're not doing any of that. We're just going to have a little get-together. People want to bring food there, and for other people, it's completely 100% fine. I will be looking more into it. So But yes, but if anybody knows anybody that has party tents, that's the biggest thing is I would like it if people that are local, if they have a party tent or a tent that they want that they could donate, they could borrow, they could rent for a small fee, so we can have it out here. I'd greatly appreciate it. If you guys want to partake in helping plan this out or partake and help with this, cool, awesome, I love it. Like, please message me, guys. So, and I don't have a problem moving some stuff in my store to get people in my store as well. Like I said, though, I do believe June 3rd, I looked at it in the almanac, and it was like roughly around 70 degrees. Please don't forget the people in Europe. Please make a live cam for this event. 100%. I will. I will make a live cam going on. I can move my cameras around. Hopefully we get the podcasters out here too, and we can do a podcast as well. But yeah, I will be doing a live feed. I'll be seeing if there's other local YouTubers. We have 2 other local YouTubers on the aquatic side. See if they want to go. Oh, actually, no, we can't have one because Brian's going to be up in Alaska. So table type tent. Well, that would work. I mean, I would like to have like a party tent. So a party tent, you can fit multiple tables underneath there. It was $749 the last time I looked. Or if anybody has it in for a rental agency for party tents and stuff, I would greatly appreciate that. It's tough because I thought a party tent, we could rent a party tent for like a couple $100. When I found out it was for a 10 by 20 was $749 for a 10 by 20. It gets kind of expensive to a point where it's like, how many of these are you going to have to get? Even if we put the tables lengthwise right here for the sellers, because this would be for the sellers, this would be for people to get out of the sun. It's going to take a lot of those tents. So, I mean, we got more planning to go and doing. So I'm super happy about it. But yeah, if you got a table type tent, cool, like anything helps. Just like if TCMAS, excuse me, if they want to partake in this as well, they can go over and I ran out of coffee. They can go over and have sellers tables as well. Look who's here. Look, most of the time for outdoor events, vendors will bring their own tents. Perfect. The last time we actually did an event, we actually did it at Linda's house. This young lady right here, she has Minnesota Plantarella. It's a houseplant group. If Minnesota Plantarella would like to partake in this too, I would greatly appreciate it. I think I remember her saying a while back she might have a tent. I don't know. Linda, you can get a hold of me later on. But yeah, it's something where it's just like, I'm super excited. Like, I would love the houseplant group to get a part of this because there's a lot of people that have freshwater tanks, also have houseplants. I have houseplants here as well. Linda kind of specialized in it, same as one of my other admins on her page kind of specialized in houseplants too. So it's something where I want everybody to partake in this. Linda, if you can message me later on, we can see if Minnesota Plantarella wants to be a part of this as well. She's been super busy, and I know she doesn't look at Facebook messages that often. I do a lot of messaging back and forth. I do like to have a lot of in-person conversations, whether it's on the telephone or in person. It's just kind of how I work. I'm kind of old school like that. But I am super happy that we're planning this out, and I'm super happy we have people from Europe over here too. Trust me, I would love to have Chris Luca come out here again. This is right now it's such short notice. Maybe in the future when we have another event. Maybe in the future we have another event to a point where we can have it in a small convention hall. It'd be great. I mean, it's something where Minnesota's been doing a show for I don't know how many years. And for it to go over and someone says they're getting married. I gotta wait for the post to go. It's unfortunate that the show had what? Linda? She might be getting married. You're not sure if you're going to be getting married or not. Come on, Linda. I got to talk to Brandon. Wow. Super excited. Well, congratulations on that one. Just let me know. But no, it's unfortunate that Minnesota had to cancel their event. I know it was a short time or a short notice thing where everybody just got a random email saying that due to unforeseen reasons that they weren't able to do the Minnesota Aquarium Society Expo. And that kind of also lit a fire in my butt to go over and be like, well, everybody from Minnesota wants to get together. Everybody wants to have something that's in person. I get that. If you want to wear a mask, cool. If you don't want to wear a mask, we're not underneath a guideline where we have to wear masks. It is recommended if you're not vaccinated to wear a mask. You are vaccinated, cool. I'm kind of like allowing people to like do their part. I'm only one man that can go over and come up with some ideas. I want the other pages like Linda, like 100%. If you want to go over and work on the Minnesota house plants and stuff, like just let me know. Let's talk. So I'm super excited that Linda might be getting married. Congratulations. But yeah, that's my super exciting news for Minnesota. Otherwise, yeah, I went to New York and New Jersey, visited them, did some brand promoting for JBJ, some Dennerly products out there as well. I did get an offender bender when I was out there. The first day that I came into Queens, I had an unlicensed driver sideswipe me. It sucked, but I had insurance on my rental car, and I didn't know that he didn't have a license until the police arrived, and they said, "Yep, he doesn't have a license." But I am fine. We got brand awareness out there. Can't wait to go back. If you guys are watching from New York, New Jersey, I did a couple videos for stores. I still have to compile those videos and put them all together. Got to meet with, I think it's Pep from Country Critters. They had a wallaby. So I got some videos, some pictures. Oh my God, it's super beautiful. Let me show you this thing. I love them. Let me see if I can find a picture of him quick. Here he is. Tell me this is not cute. Tell me he's not cute. Nice little wallaby. I got to play with the wallaby. I love it. So let me just go back in here and see these messages. Let me see who said this. All these messages, there's like a 30-second delay. So someone says, so I have to prepare for a night shift. Hope to hear you soon, which is awesome. Just waiting for it to go over and fire up on my side. Who actually said that? But what else is new in my store? I have done more aquascaping at my store. I will be setting up more display aquascaping tanks. I have one other aquascaper did a tank here. He already planted it. We're going through a cycle. I already had mine planted. I did put livestock in there. I do believe on Friday we're going to be going over and transferring. I love my JBJ 45-gallon tank. Everybody says they love the JBJ 45-gallon tank. Unfortunately, a lot of plants that are in there, like the agazu, it's just getting too big for the tank. So I want to transfer stuff over to a fluval sienna tank that I have. I have a great idea with Jack of All Aquariums to do a certain project in there. So we're going to do a project probably on Friday. It's going to partake 2 tanks. So it's got a lot of work. One is a simple planting. We can get it done. The other one is a lot of like aquascaping it. So more to come on that one. If other professional aquascapers are out there, I've reached out to Jennifer Williams. I reached out to Melanie. Reached out to a few people. If you all want to come up here and do an aquascape tank, I have a great vision on this. But yeah, the store is slowly but surely coming together. I have a whole section as a lounge, as aquascape. I have my shrimp room. I have my breeding room in back. That's doing phenomenal. I have my fish. After this is the fish. And back. Dude, I have a lot of good things that I want to go over and do in the store. And having an event like this is another great way to advertise for Minnesota Planet Tank Aquatics, Minnesota Fish Keepers. It's a way that all of us can come together and they can grow their pages. I can grow my pages. That's the biggest thing. It's just brand awareness. Minnesota Planet Tanks was started by hobbyists. Minnesota Fish Keeper was started by hobbyists as well. Minnesota Aquarium Society was started by hobbyists as well. I would love it if Mass wants to partake in this and help plan out or help donate something, whatever. Like, cool. Reach out to me. Dan's gonna be reaching out to the board. I do believe Thursday because they have their next online meeting through Zoom on Thursday. So I think he's going to bring it up there. So, but I'm super excited. I'm also super excited that our local wholesaler in Minnesota here got a big betta shipment. So, and he's got some very unique betta. So I want to go over and go down there and check it. Is this the final fryer? I don't know what you mean by final fryer. I'm lost on that one. Linda, you got to help me out here. Is this the final fryer? No idea what you're talking about. You can call me after this live if you want to, and we can talk. I'm super stoked. Like, it's about time you guys got married. Like, here's the story, everybody, with Linda from Minnesota. A flyer. Oh, is this the final flyer? Flyer. So this is one. Excuse me. So this is one that I this is like the first announcement, Linda. I can add more to it. I have a company that works on this for me. So if we have more people that want to partake in this, I can have them revamp it, put more stuff on there, and I can keep on adding more to it with logos and whoever wants to partake in this one. So it's not a final flyer. This is just a quick announcement that we wanted the pages to go over, make an announcement versus us sitting for 2 months trying to plan this out and not saying anything. This is just a quick more to come. I think it says on here, more to come. This will be one that you don't want to miss out on. I didn't say more to come on here. But there was one that says more to come on there. But no, yeah, like if Minnesota Plantarella wants to be a part of this or the Houseplant page wants to be a part of this, cool. We can collab together. We can add you to the chat. We could go over. I'm wide open on this. So here's a little backstory about Linda and myself and her soon-to-be husband. I went to AE, Aquatic Experience in Chicago. I think it was 2017 or 2018. I think it was 2017. And I was going to a local fish store after that in St. Paul. And I went to Burger King. That's what it was, Burger King. And I was ordering some food. All of a sudden, I had this young lady, and I say young lady because I'm older, come up to me and says, like, "Are you Joe Tyson, Joe Shrimp Shack?" And I said, yeah, because I'm in St. Paul. Like, I'm 30 minutes away from my house, and I'm eating dinner. And, well, not dinner. Okay, I'm eating fast food. And I said, yeah. And she's like, "Oh my God, I saw you at Aquatic Experience." And she wanted to talk. I'm like, "How about we do this? Like, do you want to go to this local fish store? And I'll meet you over there." And she says, yes. Well, I went over there, and then from there, we started talking, becoming friends, and we went to Khan's Mongolian Barbecue. I love that. It's my favorite restaurant in the whole wide world. We went to the one in Roseville, and we started BSing, and we started hanging out, and became friends with the dog, Gabby. And we used to hang out, and we used to talk a lot. And then she started a page for branding and brand awareness. I don't want to like, she designed logos, she did t-shirts, she did custom engraving. So like she did my first original t-shirts for Joe Shrimp Shack. She did the etching on glasses. She came up with other stores' logos. And it worked really well. And then the pandemic happened. And then when the pandemic happened, it was hard for her to find t-shirts. So I don't know how it happened where all of a sudden she started Minnesota Plantarella, which is a houseplant page. And it was very successful. So now she's doing a lot of houseplants, and she partakes in the houseplant groups, which is great. I love the concept behind. I mean, it's a catchy Minnesota Plantarella. She's known for having very unique packaging. Well, not really unique. She takes the extra effort into her packaging and packing up things. So like when she did my t-shirts, she folded t-shirts really nice. She went over and had a nice little bag for them. Same as when she did etching on the cups. She had them in a nice box. She takes the extra effort into the presentation. That's what it is. Into the presentation of the product that you're receiving. And I love that. She's a great friend. As the pandemic happens, people kind of drift apart. Everything with love. That's very true. So as the pandemic happened, a lot of people kind of grew apart. I was busy with my business. I'm not trying to make any excuses, Linda. I'm sorry if we haven't stayed in contact as much as we wanted to. I know you kind of got away from Facebook Messenger, where I still utilize. I mean, I understand that's the old way of doing things, but that's kind of how I still do things. It's just, her business thrived, my business thrived. I went to 2 locations. I think she visited the first location. Now I'm at my second location. Doubled in size, tripled actually, almost tripled in size, to a point where it's like I'm doing, the store is doing very well. Jonathan, how you doing? Jonathan's watching, and I want to have more groups partake in this. I want to have more groups besides aquatic. If houseplants want to take part in this, cool. I'm sorry if I say lizards, I don't, reptilians. If a reptilian group wants to take part in this, cool, awesome. If more fish groups want to partake in this, cool, awesome. If saltwater side wants to partake in it, cool, awesome. I just want to have something where we can have a nice get together, because it's not the pandemic anymore. It's something where, like when I started my store here, I wanted to have it as like a local hangout. I even wanted to have that in my first store. I wanted to have a local hangout. I wanted a barbecue on the weekend. I want to just have people just hang out and socialize. And the problem you end up having is, like, if we just decide to do the first event back at someone's house, Linda's here right now, so she was part of her page, but it can be very overwhelming for a page. Let's say Linda said, okay, we can have it at my house again. And all of a sudden we had 300 people show up. Does someone want to open their house for 300 people where they're utilizing their bathroom, foot traffic coming in there? Not a lot of people would actually want that. So I don't want to really overwhelm. So we'll get a feeler from the first event to see how it works. If a lot of people show up, then we're going to know for the second one that we have to have a bigger venue for said get together. It's something where it's like, I would love to have other sponsors, other companies come out here and just want to like meet, like Les from Cobalt. Les and I go way back. We go back, like, he did an event back in 2017 and I met him over there. He's also friends with Manny from JBJ. It's something where it's like, let's just get together. Let's just hang out. Let's have these pages specialize in their thing, give talks. Like houseplants. No offense. Like, I don't know houseplants. Like, I have some houseplants here, but Sue, he watches them for me. Yeah, like here, correct. This is the reason why we started utilizing breweries for their events. So Linda has the Minnesota Plantarella, and they utilize breweries. I want this as like a family function. It's hard when you have a brewery because there's alcohol. I don't drink, so everybody knows, like, I haven't drank for over 10 years. So a brewery for me, like me trying to plan around in the brewery, is kind of tough because, like, I don't have a drinking problem. It's kind of like someone says, "Oh, you had a drinking problem. Do you eat asparagus?" No. Well, do you have an asparagus problem? No. I had someone that I was seeing that had a drinking problem, and I kind of partaked into helping by staying sober, and now it's just been going on for over 10 years. Yeah, like, it's not for everyone. A bar scene may not be for everyone. And that's the problem. Like, I wouldn't mind having it there, but that's the problem, is it may not be for everyone out there. Now, someone said, why don't we have it in a park? For parks, you're at the mercy of the city. So you're at the mercy of the city for renting, but you also might have other people show up there. So let's say, and I've watched Facebook videos where someone had a birthday party and they contacted it, and all of a sudden they go there and all these tables are taken up. And they're like, well, I rented out this spot. Having it at someone's house, great. It's a great concept, but it comes back down to, it's like, do you want to have, if this is very popular, do you really want to have a lot of people walking through your house? And I think if we have a couple events every single year, or even just one big event, and we have a bunch of smaller events, and then we have fish room tours where people want to open up their house to a fish room tour, we can get a convoy of cars visiting there. I know Mass did that for local fish stores, and it went over quite well. I don't know. Like, I'm open for anything. I just want to get people back in the swing of going back to what we used to do. Tyler from Minnesota Planet Aquatics. Thank you. He was super excited for this as well because this is something that we needed to do. I know a lot of pages been wanting to do this. It's just a lot of them are having issues with trying to plan it out to a point where I go to enough events out there. I go to enough like Aquashala, Aquafest, all these other events to a point where I can help partake in what I know, and then I would like to have other people that are in the industry, that are in part of their group, if they want to go over and partake as well on the stuff. Good morning. It's one of those things. I'm just super enthusiastic, and I know I spoke to the mother of the young gentleman that lit a fire under my behind, and she said that he'd be super excited. So I'm waiting for him to actually contact me because I want to let him know what this entails before we just throw him involved. Let's see. It's a little digression. I see you mentioned about booty shrimp in your post. They don't crossbreed with Neo shrimp. Correct, they don't. So I can keep them with my fire red cherry shrimp. Yes, you can. Do you still have them in my store? Yes, I do. So no, zebra booties is a Caridina shrimp that are kept in Neo Caridina parameters. They will not interbreed with your Neo Caridina, so you can put them in said tanks together. I don't mind answering those questions. I love answering everybody's questions. I have like a human Rolodex in my head. And if nobody goes over and asks the questions, it's hard for me to like access like out of the blue, like, hey, this is about soil. But yes, Linda, if you want to get a hold of me later on, awesome sauce, please get a hold of me. I'd love to fire back up our friendship on there. I know I reached out to a couple other pages to partake. I reached out to two of the admins. One of the admin was super awesome about it, but they were super busy with their life. The other admin was super stoked about it as well, added them to our group, and they kind of left the group and didn't say anything about that. So we just kind of moved on. Jay Oliver, how you doing, Jay Oliver? Jay Oliver is an awesome guppy breeder. I do believe, Jay Oliver, you were thinking about Aquafest. Message me later on and stuff. I'll get you in contact with the people of it if you want to have a booth. We'll see. I'm trying to I'll text you in a bit. I'll take the pop out. Okay, Linda, thank you. Yeah, text me in a bit. And then that's really cool. Thank you. I'll see you this afternoon. Awesome. I will be here. So I will actually go over. I have a doctor's appointment at 1:00 for an eye doctor. So it's a half hour away. So I have to go to the eye doctor, get fitted for my contacts again. I end up having something touch my eye. And I think it tore my contact. So I'm down to these glasses, and my glasses are really rubbing my nose kind of raw. Plus, when I do videos, you kind of get the glare. I know everybody says I look. So my dad said last week I look disgusting, but he meant to say distinguished. So, yeah, he'll be watching this later on. So, yeah. Oh, also, I wanted to do this. I told so I got a late Christmas present. So I got this from my aunt. So my cousin, if anybody comes to the store, my cousin does embroidery and she does cutting boards and everything. So I got this before I went on my trip, and I told her, she asked me if I got it, and I said, yes, I got it. And I was going to open it the next time I do my live. So this is the next live I was doing. So let me cut this open right now, and let's see this right here. Here we go. Let's see what this is. So I got a card. Let's read the card. Let's do the card first. There's my stepmom. My dad's on right now. Son, another great show today. Let me just message this right here. Son, another great show today. Great promoting the spring for everyone. Thanks for the donation on. We played poker. Yeah, we played poker at my dad's with my stepbrothers. Steve and Kevin, and then we had my uncle come out there, and yeah, we had a lot of people come out, or not really a lot of people. There's 6 of us playing poker. Now you could say that I did a donation. I broke even, so I don't know what you're talking about. So, yeah, we just played some poker there. So, all right. So it says Happy Holidays. It says Joey, happy belated Christmas. Hope you like them. Uncle Kevin, Aunt Dee Dee, and Angie. So This was made by my cousin. I got to pick out the color at least. Ooh, I got two. Hold on a second. All right. So we got the first one. Let me take this off at least. Joe's Shrimp Shack on the side. Look at that. Joe's Shrimp Shack. I got a new hoodie. What's on the back side? Got to have the Joe's Shrimp Shack. It's on the back side. Super awesome. It's a gray one. And then we have on the back side again, Joe's Shrimp Shack. Love it. Super cool. I like this. Like, it's got a lot of detail on there. So it's my logo. Joe's Shrimp Shack. Love it. Thank you, Aunt Edie. Thank you, Heidi. I appreciate it. I'll be wearing it too. I like the black one. Okay, I see who said I like the black one. I like the black one. So I don't wear a lot of light colors. Everybody sees I wear like grays and blacks. It's kind of like my thing. I've always liked grays. My daughter got me hers for her college, and I wear that one over there. Go Whitewater. Whitewater, Wisconsin. My daughter's going to college out there. So I always like gray, but I like black too. I like dark colors. It's kind of what I do. So I got both of them. Take the stickers off right here. Thank you, Aunt Dee, Uncle Kevin. Got them right here. Greatly appreciate it. So, but yeah, if there's any other questions, I can answer the questions on that one. Otherwise, please stay tuned for this Minnesota event. We'll have more information, more of the admins. You can reach out to them. We will have, like I said, a seller's table. Everybody's responsible for their booth. So I love you guys. So here's Travis. Hey, Travis. Yeah, if Saltwater Show wants to go over, if TCMAS wants to partake in this too, awesome. I would greatly appreciate that. Otherwise, yeah, I'm back in the store. Starting in February, it's February. Weekend hours. We will be doing 11 to 7 on Saturday. So I did a survey and I asked people if they wanted the winter hours to be a little bit longer. Yeah, to go to my eye doctors. Yes, I will. No, actually, I'll be leaving. It takes me half hour to get there, so I'll probably be leaving at like 12:15 to go to the eye doctors. And then when I get to the eye doctors, I'll come back. I'll come back to the store. Sue will be here. So I'll have someone here. But I reached out and someone said I should be open. A bunch of people said I should be open 24/7. Yeah. And then someone said I should have free cake and whatnot. And that was Chance that started that one. Appreciate it, Chance. So I decided to do Saturday 11 to 7 and then 12 to 5 on Sunday. So that's the winter hours to allow people that, might be working on the weekends, give them a little bit longer time to come out here. So I will try that out for a while to see if it works out well. Normally, like on hours, if you shoot me a message and say, hey, I can't make it there at 5 o'clock, I can get there at like 5:15, 5:30. Cool, I'll stay later. I don't have a problem with that. I come in early too. But I just have to go over and come up with a set time. When I first opened my store, I had it till 7 o'clock, and I noticed a lot of people were coming in the last hours. So instead of me staying here, I kind of came up with my 12 to 5. But yeah, I don't have a problem, accommodating people's schedules. So, but yes, guys, I am super happy about this announcement. I am going to make an event. I'll reach out to some more people that know how to do the events. So I'll come up with an event on here that you send out to people and they let you know what's going on here. So when we come back, I will bring you a Chinese New Year gift if you like Chinese tea. I like all Asian food. So greatly appreciate it. It is the Chinese New Year. When I did go to New York, I did have some Chinese food. I want to say, let's say it takes me an hour at the eye doctor. So it's 2 o'clock. It takes me a half hour to get back here. So 2:30. I'll be back here about like 2:30, 2:45 today. Hey, Aussies, how you doing? Oops. Hey, Aussies, how you doing? So, but yes, like Linda, please get a hold of me if you want to partake in this event too. Thank you, Aunt Dee Dee, if you're watching. She usually watches like a lot of my family watches after my life. I know my dad watches it right now, so he's on right now. So yeah, we had a lot of fun out there playing poker. I had a lot of fun out in New York. I wish I could have had more time. I did hang out with, boom, guys, I didn't want to say this. I did get to hang out with Willie. Willie was the MVP at the last International Shrimp Contest. He helped me out a lot at the show. I actually went out there and I saw his fish room. It worked out really well. I want to give a shout out to Willie. Love you, man. I talked to Meg. Meg was another person, another part of this one here, but she was working late at the vets. I visited her old store that she worked at. Willie, if you're watching, I want you to reach out to me because I said I'm going to send you some stuff free of charge to get your CO2 tank up and running. Please message me on this one so I can get you the right address and get that shipped out to you. I also spoke to Eric Lucas, and we don't mind shipping a couple extra things on there. Any vendor that's watching, if any vendor wants to donate something for this event on June 3rd so we can raffle it off, and do giveaways. Cool, awesome. Just reach out to me and we can get that on there. We'll have a page of everybody what they donated. It works out really well. I am going to be starting my diet coming up. It's I did my diet ahead of time. Like everybody knows, I did my diet. I had this wedding to go to, had to fit in my suit. I lost, I want to say close to 30 pounds, and I went to Chicago for a show and ate pizza a couple times. Went to New York, ate some more pizza. I like carbs. I'm a thing. I like noodles and I like carbs. I like pizza and I like noodles. That's my weaknesses. I don't drink soda, so pizza and carbs are my biggest thing. So when I go out to eat, I like to order either pizza or I like to eat carbs, like noodles or whatever. And I'm a meat and potato type person. So yeah, I've been kind of like gaining my weight back. So I got on the scale the other day at my dad's, and yeah, I need to go back on my diet. We have Global Pet Expo happening in Orlando. I think it's in March, so I need to like massively lose some weight. I think one of my friends said that he's going to start going to the gym when he gets back from Mexico. That's where Buttons is from. My friend that has the card shop went down to Mexico with his family. I'm watching their hamster named Buttons, so he's at my store. I did a little video on the Joe Shrimp Shack page about it. So yes, I'll be going back on my diet. But thank you guys. I will be back here next week. Hey George, how you doing? Long time. I haven't heard from you in a long time, George. But guys, I want to thank you guys for watching. I want to wish you all the best. I want you guys to have a shrimptastic day. If anybody wants to donate to this event, this get together for giveaways, we can go and do this. If anybody wants to sell and stuff, you guys can reach hold of me too. We can go with this as well. Hey, Kang Lee, like just Kang Lee came in. Twin City Guppies is in here. Kang Lee, please rewatch the beginning. Probably I think it's like 10 minutes into it. Here's the announcement right here. I really want you to partake in this too. I really want, because Kang Lee's another YouTuber out there. I know he hasn't done quite a few videos like he used to do, but Kang Lee's awesome. He's got a store over in Maplewood Mall. I think this would be a great event for him to be partaking as well. I spoke to like Forest Lake Pets too. I spoke to a few other stores about this, and they want to partake in it as well. So King Lee, please go back in there, shoot me a message. We're having this event. You can see it on screen right here, June 3rd, 2023. It's because Mass canceled their show, and I had a lot of people reach out. So you can rewatch the beginning, and you can hear the explanation of why we want to do this said event, and I want to have tons of other groups partake in this as well. So King Lee, yes, thank you for coming in, King Lee. I greatly appreciate it. I can always message you about this too, or you can get a hold of me too. But Linda, please message me as well. Thank you. Awesome. But guys, this is past my time and everything. So guys, I want you to have a shrimptastic day. If you have more questions about this, please get a hold of me. I will be coming up with something for this weekend to do for food wise. I did make some split pea soup, but I'm not going to do split pea soup. But guys, thank you. I love you guys. You guys have a shrimptastic day.